Well, the sheriffs have not come yet, nor have the RCMP. So we'll sit and wait, I guess, and see what happens.
Do you have any ideas maybe why they didn't come?
Well, I can't really say. I guess I don't really know actually. I mean, they have the court backing them up, so I don't really know why they haven't come yet.
Maybe they don't like the attention. Who knows, huh?
Yeah, I think that might be it because of the media. Yeah. So, I guess just one of the main things we want to do is this eviction process is just a diversion, right? Manitoba and Canada really, they're trying to take away take the focus off of what happened in 1996. This is the problem, right? Emergency housing was given here in Portage, right? But the question would be, why did they give emergency housing, right? Maybe you can go and ask Manitoba, see what they say, right? I'll give you the short answer, but let's see what they say. It's because of that removal and the injustices that they did there. And we're talking about judges in conflict, 2 of them actually, and these sorts of things, right? What they did, right? Not only that, in 1996, the people were charged, right? We appealed all the way to the Supreme Court of Canada. We won, right? Everything was sent back down from the Supreme Court of Canada back to Manitoba to retry the people. Manitoba refused. So the question would be now, why did you remove people from the reserve, right? Why did the RCMP storm the barricade? You can go and ask Manitoba. Problem is they can't answer it. They can't say to the people who went to jail for 3 months, right? They can't say, well, because you put up a barricade, you were bad over there, whatever you want to call it. They can't say that now because it's slander. They had a chance to right? They could be standing on the TV right now and saying, well, you know what? We have convictions right here that show they were bad. They don't have that. And that's why we're here today, right? This housing issue, they said in 2010, oh, we were gonna forgive all the arrears and let them, continue living here if they pay rent. No, that's a cover-up. They're trying to cover up what they did in 1996. That's why they're saying that. And then you have the Minister of Indian Affairs saying, well, that's an issue that's between Manitoba and Waterhen. No, INAC was directly involved in the reserve. The reason we're here is because they didn't do nothing in 1996 to fix the corruption. They did nothing, right? And the AFN did nothing either. That would be the Assembly of First Nations, right? They did nothing. Nobody did nothing to try and fix anything that was going on here, the corruption on the reserve. And that's why we're here today, because we dared to stand up to a corrupt chief. And that's why we're here. But again, without convictions, well, why did you remove us? My grandpa is right there, He's 82 or 83 years old, and he lost his cattle ranch. So did Donna. We're talking, his livelihood. He worked since he was 13 years old for what he had. And everything was at that point where everything was paid for. It was all his, and in a moment gone, because INAC wouldn't do anything on that reserve to fix the problems, right? And then after the people were removed, they said, well, they're not our jurisdiction because they're off reserve. Well, there's no convictions now either. So that's kind of our issue. And this thing here, this is just a diversion. Manitoba is just trying to get everybody's attention on these eviction process, when really the problem is what happened over there in 1996. And then you take the RTC hearings we've been through. There's so many lawyers, even Crown counsels, that know what happened, right? And that the issue is over there. Everything stems from over there. But everybody, it's like a big ball of yarn. Everybody just Manitoba just wants to pick a little piece, and we're only going to deal with this, and we're going to be blind to everything else. When the real issue is what they did in 1996, and that's really what we're trying to get the focus back on that. They put us here. And they gave us emergency housing. They did. When they brought us to Portage, they gave us emergency housing here. And what happened was, Manitoba hasn't said when the emergency housing ceased to exist, right? They may tell you that, well, we have a Court of Appeal decision that says that the amount of time was unreasonable, an unreasonable time for emergency housing to exist. So when did it stop? It's up to Manitoba to decide when that emergency housing ceased to exist. And so, again, that's all questions that they have to answer. And why did they wait 20 years before they evict? What? I mean, people didn't pay rent in, I believe, 1998. Well, why didn't they do anything then? Right? Anybody else on the street here, that lives here, if they don't pay rent, what happens? After 1 month, they get thrown out. Why did they wait 20 years? Right? Seems to me, cover up. That's what they're doing. They're covering it up.